Oh, no, but I was also trying to say, like, what I feel like I want to say, because I feel like there's something to be said about fucking racism here. It's like, that is the reason why
Yes.
they are not in the finale. And, like,
Yes.
somebody was arguing in the comments. So I'm going to say that. Don't even worry.
Okay.
Start this shit.
Alrighty.
Run it. It's like...
Well, welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV. I can barely have a smile on my face tonight, okay? Today is all about Love Island USA, Season 7, Episode 30. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And I'm mad in these streets, girl. I'm mad. Like, we were just talking. I said, let me fix my face because I can't even come on here and let the haters know that I'm upset. But, bitch.
Yes. You know, usually we get
like,
on this.
Whatever.
Y'all don't know, but we usually get on this like right after. And I had to take a moment. I had to take a beat to digest. It was rage. It was. I was like, this was full on rage bait to all of us Black women out here, because ain't no way Iris and Pepe made that vote and CHELLEY and Ace did not. I understand why Huda made it, because the fans is in the air. But Iris and Pepe before CHELLEY and Ace, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I just want to say this. We about to have a little discussion. We're going to have a little discussion about race. If you don't want to be that, you want to kiki, come back and to the laughter that we sometimes have on the show. The timestamp is going to be on the screen for where you can skip to, because, you know, we don't want to lose you, you know, even if you're not ready for the conversation, whatever. You can still be here and enjoy the kiki and the laughter.
Respectfully.
Yes, but we got some things to say, so they're going to be said, and you do what you want to do, okay? But yeah, there's the timestamp up there. But anywho, this is my thing with it all. I feel like there's a lot that is social, cultural, racial dynamics in all of this, because like it's the Taylor Swift versus Beyonce of it all. You get what I'm saying? Like people get surprised how big Taylor Swift's audience is, and not taking anything away from her, but there's so many more people, like white women, who like vote and love that sort of energy. And it's like, you as a Black woman, you're like, Beyonce, yes, she gotta be top, but like Taylor Swift is like, you know, just by sheer numbers of fans. So yeah. I think the Iris and Pepe thing was some of that. As much as people don't like to act like race doesn't influence things, it does. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even look at the Iris CHELLEY aspect of it, like that piece of it, in terms of like Iris and Pepe being here over CHELLEY Ace. I looked at it as the Huda and Chris being here over CHELLEY and Ace, because I felt like the things that Huda has done, like as a non-Black woman, she can do things and have that be accepted, and people forgive, and people come to her and be like, oh, your tears? Oh, and CHELLEY can't do nothing. She can't even be offended by something.
Right.
Like hear me out. Like she couldn't even be offended by something without America immediately turning their back on her. And like we talk about Nicolandria being like so like yesterday we talked about how being demure and whatever. It's like she got to sit in that box. Like Nicolandria had to sit in that perfection box. She can't step out of it. And so there's a lot of layers in this vote. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of layers, but as such is life, you know, such is life. And we keep moving, we do our thing, and we keep pressing forward. But it's a lot of layers in my view.
I know we've had like side conversations, but I definitely agree. Like this vote, like you said, it reflects the fact that Black women, we just cannot show up in the same ways as non-Black women. And Huda, although she is not white, her proximity to whiteness is what is moving her through this system right now. Because like you said, if a Black woman were to show up the way Huda did, even an ounce of Huda, even just one episode of Huda, take out the bitches, just one eye roll, right? She would have been the angry Black woman. She would have been the aggressor. It would have been all types of stuff, right? Which we saw just by when CHELLEY felt some type of way about Huda shaking ass on Ace, which is now confirmed. She sat on Ace's face. It has now been confirmed, and no one is issuing CHELLEY an apology, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at all of these other things that are happening. People are putting CHELLEY's face on George Floyd's body. They're putting Nicolandria's face on the cops body. Like, it's so much going on. They punching bags and saying this is for Shelly, this is for Alandria. You got
And the knuckle sandwich. Yes.
All of
It's
this
ridiculous.
stuff going on, and y'all are hyping it up and saying it's okay, but y'all can't see where Huda has been absolutely terrorizing everyone in this villa, and then use her white proximity, her white tears, to alter everyone else's emotions and how they approached her in the villa. And also, it also goes back to statements like Jeremiah saying he likes an exotic woman, right? Like, because she has a very nice body, she's a beautiful woman. It's like she has the halo effect, where because of her appearance, people are looking at her and they're looking at her beauty as the determining factor of her character and not her actions, right? Like, they're attributing her actions to everything else but what her actions actually are. Like, they're missing the reality of the situation. And so at the end of this, I really, really hope that Love Island, I feel like Love Island owes Shelly, they owe everybody an apology, one, because Huda should have been removed from that villa the day she called Jeremiah a bitch over and over and over and over again. She should have been removed. That's verbal abuse. I don't care how you spin it. If that was your sister, if that was your daughter, if that was your mother, if that was your cousin, your aunt, and a man was sitting there calling her a bitch, y'all would have no issue with saying, remove this man. Remove this man. But because she is a beautiful woman who was quote unquote love bombed, her behavior was acceptable. I'm ranting at this point because I'm honest. I'm pissed. But yeah, no, Love Island. And another thing, if Huda does not come out this island and address her fans for the way that they have treated Shelly and Alandria, it's going to be some problems. I don't want to see no brands jumping at Huda's feet. I don't want to see no businesses jumping at Huda's feet without expecting her to give an apology and address the fact that the behaviors her fans have displayed is unacceptable. It's over with. Like,
it's really interesting. It's like we live in very, very interesting times, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's saying something, but like at the same time, you know, our ancestors have lived in very interesting times as well.
Correct.
But this is a little different for me. Everything that's going on right now, the way people are thinking, the way people are moving, it's not ideal. It feels like as a country, we faked actually healing racial wounds, and it's now just, all right, we can resurface. We've laid dormant enough. And so I know there's some people who may look at it and just be like, oh, it's not that. But it's like, when you live in this skin every day, like, you begin to recognize what's what. You get what I'm saying? And you see it in politics. You see it in everything. It's like nothing makes sense until you throw that race piece in there. And when you talk about like Huda's beauty, because Shelly's beautiful as well, but conventionally for American standard of beauty, it has been very much a racially influenced standard. It's not a like dark-skinned Black woman. So when you talk about that like this halo effect because of her beauty, like her beauty according to the American standard of beauty, which every day of the week, we're not going to stand up. You know, we're not going to be on that list. Like, even growing up, I just remember my mom saying, at the end of the day, when we are chasing American standard of beauty as Black women, it's like you will fall short every day of the week. Not saying because you're not beautiful, but because you're chasing something that doesn't look like you. And I think it bodes well for you as a woman to embrace who you are and how you operate. And so I think for Black women, a lot of times that's been robbed of us. And so when you see somebody like Shelly who embraces herself and who feels she's beautiful and operates like she's beautiful, and you see people trying to knock her down a peg just because I don't know, because they don't see it. Right. It's kind of disheartening. So, you know, shout out to my girl Shelly. I hope she has some podcasts and things she can listen to. She can come on over here and listen to us.
That would be really
come on
nice.
The show, do
that
whatever.
Would be nice.
But yeah, I hope she has places that she can go to, and I hope her people are like, look, don't let nobody else's opinion, sway you. And I don't think they will, because especially not Shelly. Like, Ace a little in his ego, as we've discussed, but I think Shelly's very grounded. And so I think at the end of the day, she will do what I think we all should do. Is just like, you know, you take a moment and you recognize it, you see it for what it is. But at the end of the day, life is life, and there's a lot of things that are going on that we're not gonna like. And
I think the saddest thing about this entire thing is just the fact that you really can't be shocked. Like when Chelly walked out, at first I was like, man, she's about to walk into something that she's just not expecting. Same thing with Ace. And at the same time, I'm like, but when you sit back, she probably's gonna just be like, oh, wow, okay, you know, because racism isn't real and we deal with that shit all the time. Like, it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It's just, oh, you had the audacity. But we have already talked about that. Chelly, she's very rooted. She's very grounded. She's surrounded by a lot of love. And so it seems like her mom was super cool. Do we want to get into the family stuff? And do we want to just go ahead and start with Chelly's and Ace's family?
Chelly and Ace. Yeah.
So what I was saying was like Chelly's mom, and her father too. They seem very cool, very relaxed. Like they speak life into her, and so I feel like she's gonna be okay. But yeah, let's get into their whole ordeal. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was like, she looked just like her dad. She got her mom's complexion. It's like, that's how I saw it. But I thought her mom was really nice. She reminded me of my mom a little bit. Like she's like a talker. She's gonna make sure everybody, oh yes, yes. Like she's got some things to say. Trying to make everybody feel comfortable. I think that's what she's like, oh, she's in good hands. We know, like that sounds just like my mom. But her dad didn't speak much, and I was like, Daddy, you like because he was in the confessionals looking a little like he didn't say anything like at all. But at the end, he did hug Ace, and like it was like a little, you know, all right, you know, like a black man hug. And so it felt like he like, okay, I don't think if he didn't like him, I think he would be maybe like, all right, you know, see you later or whatever. But he didn't say nothing. And in the confessionals, he was just like looking. Like he just was that just me? Did you notice that too?
No, but you know, I feel like that's the contrast with her mom and dad, right? Like they're polar opposites and they work together. Also too, like when my dad first met my partner, he didn't say a word besides like, what do you do? You know? And so I feel like, but my dad, I have always known him to be somebody who is he has great discernment. And so he truly can be in a room and he can feel it. Like he know, like, and I learned that because he read one of my friends in college without saying a word for real. And I was like, how do you know that about her? Off of one interaction with her. And so I feel like that's kind of possibly what was going on with Chelly's dad, like just not a man of many words, but he got it up here, and when the moment is right, he's gonna say something, you know, whatever that something is. I feel like that could have been what was going on, but who knows? He also could be shy and be like, I don't want to be on this camera. So
yeah. No, he seems like it could have been anything. I don't know, but I noticed that. But I loved Ace's family as well, like them just being like, you know, reassuring him, because he, like I said, the humility check was for him, like, you know what I'm saying, or like reached him. I knew Chelly was gonna be all right. I think Chelly gonna be all right coming out this house, like it was him. But I think also he's so young. I think that's part of it too. So them reassuring him, just like, look, you know, I know that sister, the way I know she didn't wanna, like, I guess you said they can't say too much, but she didn't want to probably step too far. But she was just like, you know, I could see it in her energy. She wanted to be like, you are all right. You good. Like, you know what I'm saying? With us, you have done nothing. Like, it seemed like she was really trying to reassure him. So yeah.
Their interaction was really nice. I enjoyed it. Who should we go to next? Should we go on to?
Let's go to Amaya's and Brian's family. I really, they were my favorite. Maybe you like Nicolandria. I don't know.
Brian and Amaya were my favorites.
Brian and Amaya gave me like, all right, this is giving y'all all are really vibing, and I think Amaya has just such great energy, and I feel like that is part of what just was the glue to hold that whole situation together, was her energy. And it also made me feel like, you know, I've been on the fence about Brian. I was like, okay, I stepped closer into the direction of like, I think he's genuine. You know,
Yeah.
I think he's just maybe a more quiet guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I literally wrote like big happy ass Latina family. Like that's what it was given. I'm sure they're gonna have so much fun. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Amaya, she's being herself. Like, what do you think
Mm-hmm.
about us being together? What's your favorite
Mm-hmm.
moment with us? Like, she's just taking everybody and making them all lean into the experience. Like, and being all
Mm-hmm.
open, just open and authentic. And I really enjoyed all of it. You know, even Brian's
Mm-hmm.
mom affirming him. Amaya, when
Mm-hmm.
Amaya's mom was talking about how like she was being treated, I was like, yeah, dig
Mm-hmm.
in, because yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
were
Mm-hmm.
mistreating her. So yeah, I
I
liked
was
it.
like, Amaya's mama. I'm like, the stepdaddy look kind of young. I was like, okay, on the prowl, okay. Amaya's
Okay.
mama won't playing because I was like, stepdaddy.
Yeah,
This is not a brother.
I wrote mom and question mark, and then when they said stepdad, I said stepdad.
Daddy, yeah. I was like,
He looked like Brian's
like ain't that a
brother.
song, stepdad? Like I can't remember what the song was, but I was like, okay. But yeah, and it was something else. Oh yeah, Brian's mom, very young looking. I'm like, I
Yeah.
guess these guys are so young. And like the older we get, the more we like forget that we're getting older.
Yeah.
And like, cause I remember somebody singing a song that was like been something since '03. Somebody in the house was rapping that as a song. It was something
not
since
03.
'03. I think it was TJ. Yes, I was like, oh, three. I was like, I was in high school out this, like, what the fuck? Like, oh, 3.
Yeah,
and
no,
so I'm
honestly.
guessing, she could be like early 40s.
Yeah.
She could be, in her late 30s. Like, she could be anything and have had this son if he's like 22 or something like that. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
She looked young, though.
Yeah.
To say all that to
She
say
does,
she
she
looked
does.
young.
Yes. Yeah, I also love what they each had to say about each other in terms of, his dad being like, she gives nurturing vibes. You guys seem very compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And they both pointed out the fact that Brian stuck up for Amaya, which I feel like was a turning point
For
for them to
everybody.
even, it was,
Yeah.
that's where it was. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Even when his dad was like, I love how emotional she is. Me and your mom talk about how emotional she is in her eyes. So it was definitely given. They
Yeah.
locked in, I think.
Yeah, I think Amaya is like she may not be, like she said, everyone's cup of tea, but I think that anybody who is bringing Amaya home to their parents, I think those parents will enjoy her authenticity.
Yeah,
because you got a
agreed.
lot of fake mother efforts in this world. People
Yeah.
just don't even know how to be authentic. They don't know how to be themselves. And she is just like, she don't know how to not be herself. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, she don't
Right.
got no fakery in her. And that is very beautiful. Something about that is very just, it's like life unfiltered,
Right.
So I enjoyed their connection. And the Maya Papaya for the wind train had been seeming like it was slowing down. I think this definitely picked it back up.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm almost being like, because I'm like, the only good thing about CHELLEY and Ace Gone is like the vote not gonna be split no more. Okay?
Yeah.
It's
For
gonna be
real.
on Nicolandria probably. That's where I think I'm going. We need to actually vote. Let's take a
I
little
already
time.
did. I already
Well,
did. Nicolandria.
Let me do it. Let's pause
Yes.
real quick.
Yes.
Um.
Pause for 5 minutes and turn.
All right. So now we back. I done voted. Oh, for a second I forgot. I was like, did I vote for Nicolandria or Amaya? But Nicolandria.
alrighty.
If Nicolandria doesn't win, I'm very happy with an Amaya Papaya win. The only win I would not be happy with, of course, we know. So anywho, so Nicolandria, their thoughts. Like,
Yeah, well, for one, I loved Alandria and her mom's bond when she was like, body tea, face tea. She's like, yes, girl, you've been looking good. You've been killing it. I was like, that's my top of mama right there. So, yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. We already talked about it, but when she was standing to the side, I said, baby, that's a P. Okay? Capital P.
I know. I was like, I was shocked. I was like, what? What? Jeans? You know what I'm saying? Because like I have a mother who has like a larger backside. Maybe I shouldn't say that. She probably like, don't be talking about me. I ain't get that. You get what I'm saying? I ain't get that. I got hips, but I ain't getting no butt, you know? And so I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's a carbon copy. Like,
Yeah.
Because like I said, Alandria have more sandwiches in her. She's just going to be all over the place. She's just going to be like, sorry, I'm not trying to stare. I've never seen anything like this. But like, that's how I was like, where her mom? I know that mama came up there and she's like, about to give me a little outfit, give me a little fit. Because I'm about to go on national television and the world about to see. Okay. I know she was like, you know, the humble, like, look, I know what I got. Okay. Yes. I know what I'm sitting on.
Dragging that waggy.
Yeah.
Right into that villa.
So I know, right? That was so funny to me though, because I was so shocked. I was like, what? Some people just get what they mama had.
Take what your mama gave you, baby.
Oh, but I can't complain. I was like, I get my mama's hips, so I'm like, I can't complain. But Nick's side of the equation, mama and sister, I was like, it's so funny seeing them on the show because it's like we see them all on social media, and so it's like in a way they already are part of the experience, you know?
Right.
So yeah,
I like that they Yeah, I was expecting Nick to be a little bit more like shocked and expressive when he was talking about Alandria with his mom and sister. When they were like, it's like from the start we feel like it's been y'all. Like I saw the spark, but I don't know. He seems still a little.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what is what, because I think, like I said, the Sierra thing is got to be still part of what he's experiencing. Even if he is interested in Alandria, he was dealing with Sierra for most of the time he's been here. So I just personally think it's a lot going on for him. So I give him, grace with it all.
I mean, yes, Sierra, but also too, I am wondering like how much Alandria is impacting this dynamic, because when Nick approaches Alandria, it seems like he's very, I don't know, like he's always grabbing her hand, or like he always is like touching her, like when they're next to each other. A lot of times, like he'll, he might tap her leg or rub her shoulder or something like that. So I'm like, is it Alandria who's a little bit more hesitant? Like, is she just not willing to kind of like lean in and be too physical with Nick? I don't know.
I mean, I have no clue, but she sounds like she's talking much better than she was previously when they were like, so I feel like she's doing all right. I just think it's awkward for both of them, just being real. So yeah.
Another thing that I loved was, not to skip back to Alandria's mom, but when they first came in, she was like, we've been getting irritated with y'all because we've been seeing it from the beginning. Did y'all not see it? And she was like, you said Nicolandria, but it's Nicolandria. So that was cute.
Yeah. The mom seemed like she was telling all the tea. She seemed like she was like, I don't know what the Love Island producers thought, but I'm about to tell my daughter what's going on. Okay. And so she was telling all the tea. But switching back to Nick's family, I really like that his mom liked, her. I like that she was like, I've been in it from day one. Like, they doubling down on it. I like that. That's what made me feel like, look, the vote's going in that direction for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the CHELLEY Ace of it all. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision, because I was wondering, what am I going to do? I was like, am I going to split the vote and just say YOLO, or am I going to be strategic in this? Because if they couldn't make it past from 5 to 4, then we would have all just kind of been wasting our votes. You know what I mean? So I'm glad at least the vote can coalesce around. I know it's still Amaya and Nicolandria, but I think the Black woman vote is gonna go to Nicolandria. Just being real, because we like to see ourselves win. Yeah, because there's so few times that happens. It happens more and more now, but we gotta catch up to do. Okay.
Well, you gotta think about it. We just had our first Black Big Brother win. We just got our first Black woman Big Brother win, 2 seasons ago? So it's like we are still making history because of these systems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just it's a reminder of how much sometimes we are behind the curve with these things because we're running up against a really big force. So
and it's also, it's just shit was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For like eons and eons and eons. And it's like when the shit was fucked up for black people, we was behind here.
Right.
And other people, other races, especially white, were able to move forward. And now it's like, it didn't just equalize. It's like generationally we're behind in wealth and different things. It is not by accident. It is because of the things happen. But we ain't mean to give y'all a tutorial, but look, okay, you got to bear with us. You gonna listen to the Black Girl, podcast every now and then.
Talking TV.
Every now and then it's gonna come in, okay? But anywho, Nicolandria for the win. I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Alrighty, so let's move into Chris and Huda. First of all, actually. Gotta prep yourself for this one, child. When Chris was
quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about them. I promise you, but go ahead.
When Chris was rocking back and forth, I was thinking about you in my head because I was like, and here we go, another damn sad edit. Pick your head up. Pick your head up, my guy. Pick it up.
Yeah. He said something in this episode about him being emotional, whatever. And I was like, okay, I think that there is something there,
Brian said it too.
Yeah.
He alluded to he needs to, that'll lift his spirits or something like that. So, but yeah, him being anxious about his mom and sister meeting Huda, I felt like that said a lot. And when they came in, child, they unpleasantly surprised me. Unpleasantly surprised me. But when they said the last episode they saw was when he said he folded, I was like, okay, so you guys have not seen the spiral that happened after he folded, because that's what
and just really how unhappy he's been.
Yeah.
It's like they ain't seen any of that. They've not seen that. Yeah. It's like, wait a little bit. But to me, this is why you go off of people's past actions. Like they shouldn't have to see him, their brother and son be unhappy. They had the evidence of like, she got that potential from the early on. And people keep talking about this growth. Okay. All right.
Yeah. As she's sitting there telling her
proof
sisters,
will be in the pudding when they leave the show.
Right. Not only that, but I'm like, she's sitting here telling her sisters that she got to constantly tell herself, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell. Because she wants to yell. She just... She's practicing self-control right now so she can put up a little facade. But baby, when she's in a natural environment, it's going to come out.
Oh, for sure. But, what was it that you said about the mom in the text? Because you got me thinking when you was... Go ahead.
Child, I said they want their son to get this 100K. Okay?
It was given that a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Especially because he was so concerned. That's my thing. Why are you so concerned if you know... Like, why are you so concerned? If you know what I'm saying, because like they were all pleasant, but at the same time, there are people that is beyond rhyme or reason for me that are just like, oh, she's just a regular woman going through, and I'm like, she's an unhealed, like she said, bring out the toxic side of me. I don't think it's not a. Yeah. Let's not normalize saying we have toxic sides. Like we don't. Like that healthy people do not have toxic sides. You may do something that may not be the best in character, but like from all that she's talking about, this is in character for her. Right. This is like she's learning, she says, and growing to move beyond that. So it is what it is, but I was disappointed in them for him.
Yeah, I think he was disappointed
like, you don't
too.
Want your people. No, he didn't seem disappointed. He seemed like it gave him more reassurance. But it's like sometimes people don't lead you right. You know what I'm saying? And also there's something about Chris though that gives like he's not firm in himself enough in my view. Like there are some people who operate from a strong conviction about what it is and what it's not gonna be happening over here. Like some people have very strong convictions about how they're gonna be treated, how they're not gonna be treated.
Ace.
And yeah, Ace is somebody like I think Shelly too. And it's something about him that's easily led because I feel like the reassurance from the family, while it's nice and while it can sometimes clarify some things, felt like they serve as his internal center. That conviction that I was trying to speak about earlier, that I was saying Shelly and Ace have that, like it seems like he externalizes it. And so it's like he's not moving necessarily in a way that's in his best interest, in a way that feels in alignment with his spirit. And I'm not trying to say your parents' opinion shouldn't weigh on you. It should. But it gave too much validity to the situation when his own internal reality was saying, I'm a bit concerned, you know?
Yeah. Well, so I say that he was disappointed because I don't think that internal, that sigh of relief that he had lasted long. Because when they had the dinner, he did not mention Huda in the up.
Girl, I was like, she about to blow up about that shit.
Oh, definitely about to blow up.
Like maybe not blow up, but she's gonna raise it. She's gonna raise it. But it's like at the end of the day, that speaks volumes. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't even understand why Huda's supporters would want her to be with Chris. Like to be honest, I'm not trying to blame Chris. Like I said before, there is both of them that is bringing something to this dynamic. But why, if you really care about Huda and you really love her, why do you want her to be in a situation where somebody seems unhappy with her? Where somebody seems unsure about her, is bringing her this energy where she keeps having to be like, are you in? Are you in? Are you in? Like she shouldn't want that. Like the freer version of her is one that will say, that's not enough for me.
Right.
Like you coming with all of this moodiness and this unsure, you gonna have to, if you want to be with me, I'm not forcing you to be with me, but if you want to be with me, you gonna have to put some pep in your step, buddy.
Right. Correct. Like, yeah. Even when they was preparing the dinner,
you're huh?
I was saying, even when they were preparing the dinner, and Huda was like, "You had one job," and then in the confessional, he was like, "Yeah, it was a whole bunch of people doing nothing but saying stuff." You know what I'm saying, Huda? It's like it's very clear you don't like this woman. It's very clear he's miserable. So why they keep making them go through this process, I will never understand. At this point, I feel like Chris is seeing it as like, all right, well, maybe I can get this little bag.
Get the money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I would not be surprised at that. But also, like I said, something about Chris is giving me, like, he doesn't seem grounded. Like, that's my view. And so I genuinely do feel like he is willing to be miserable because he's attracted to her. Yeah. He's willing to be miserable because they are in this process together. Now, who knows? He may get his 50K and be like, deuces. Like, I don't know. Or he may try to work on it for a little bit. But it's just, it's like people need to be able to see clearly. Like, that's such a big issue with people. People can't see. They don't have discernment. Right. And it's like, I promise you they're not lasting. Like, I said this about, what's that girl from Love is Blind, Ashley and Tyler?
Yeah.
In the beginning, I'm not even I wasn't on the last end of it. First episode I saw Tyler, I said, he's laying it on too thick. It's not giving, like, it's not all giving.
Of them. Even the one from The Bachelor, Grant. And Grant, that girl, it's very clear, very clear.
Yeah,
I actually do think there's something about this season with the contrast between like Ace and some of these other men. I'm gonna even say Pepe. Like, I think Pepe is on the side of very grounded and like reassured in who he is. And so I think this season is a great learning lesson for the ladies, that you want a man who is confident and sure of himself. You want a man where like his no's mean no, his yes means yes. You don't have to try and read between the lines. You don't have to try and make up a fairy tale or a fantasy of what you think is being said, what you think is being done. Like, it's clear. It's clear. Point blank, period. So yeah, because Alandria wouldn't have been in that shit with Taylor, if so. You know? Jeremiah, we wouldn't have seen that shit with Jeremiah. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that. Anything else on Huda and Chris before we move into Iris and Pepe?
No, let's move into Iris and Pepe. The people that I like as individuals, but this was uneventful, if I would have to say so.
Yeah, no. It was giving like the family visit didn't feel like nothing to me for them. But I want to say this. What if we turn around and Iris and Pepe win because of that like little Taylor Swift effect that I was talking about in the beginning? Like, what if we out here really thinking, like, everybody on social media battling, and here come, Iris. Oh, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That would be so, like, I wouldn't even be mad at it, to be honest.
Either.
I'd be at least it's not Huda, okay?
It's not Huda. I do not feel like Huda. She should be rewarded for her behaviors.
Yeah, I agree. I like you said, Iris and Pepe as individuals. Oh, and it's so interesting. Like, I used to know somebody who used to talk about, like, like there being, like, Black Hispanics and white Hispanics. And it's like, they're just Hispanic. But then I'm like, you know what? This is an example. Like, Amaya's family, that's like Black Hispanic. Because, like, if her mother didn't open her mouth, you would have thought she was a Black woman. If Amaya at certain times, like, when her hair is maybe straight, like, when it's curly, you can see she got something going on. But she looks like a Black woman if you're looking at her. You know what I'm saying? Pepe and his family, what are they? Because, like, if they did not speak, like, the dad, I think, had an accent, but if they did not speak, I would not think, like, maybe the mom is white, like, and he's just mixed, like, white and Hispanic, because I'm like, she is a Hispanic woman.
I assume so, because he was speaking Spanish to Brian's dad, and I would just feel like I'm not saying that this is what would happen, but right, I just feel like, your mom is the one that kind of lays the language. You take your mom's language, so I'm gonna assume. I
don't know. I just, if anybody know, let us know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They seem like very nice people. I was just like, that's so interesting, though. I was like, this is really, like, Hispanics, like, just have a broad range of complexions, hair types, all of this stuff. Oh, speaking of, roll back to Amaya's. Brian's friend?
Oh, yeah, he was nice looking. He was very nice looking. Very nice. I was like, Brian's friend need to try and walk out of here with.
No, right? Like, I know, the next season 8, he could probably find him somebody. He looked like a little nice, But yeah, Iris and Pepe, I don't think I have anything else on them. But I was very surprised, but more so just because, like, their relationship just wasn't giving, like, super, like, they're just like, oh, we're exploring. And so
they just having sex. I'm sorry. They was having sex again. I said, dog, baby, that sex drive is up there. It's up there.
But maybe they're just Yeah. They might be enjoying it. I don't know. I guess.
They clearly are. I'm like, kudos to y'all, honey. Shoot.
Yeah.
Speaking of sex, though, when Nick's mom was like, Nicholas, in public like that? So I was like, you better get him.
That's funny. I thought you were to talk about the hideaway, because I was like, Ace said he didn't fold, so I was like, you're right. Certain people don't have sex in there or whatever, but it did look like they was doing something. I thought they was doing something, so I was like, oh my! But
it looked like they was having a nice, passionate kiss. Like I said, maybe a little fondling, but they was not giving me that they was about to go in there and do that on camera. First of all, Ace, I feel like he just carries himself with so much respect, and I think he respects Shelly, like, to know what that would mean. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you really see a future with somebody, especially like in Black culture, you know your daddy. You know this woman's daddy don't want to see her on TV doing this. You know what I'm saying?
No, that I agree, and it just will put it would put a bad taste in, like, my dad's mom. I will, even though you'd be the daughter participating, I think they would look right past you and just be like, look at this man. This man don't respect you. Okay? He don't respect respect you.
Correct.
See, like, he shouldn't let you be a fool and do that yourself.
Correct.
He'd be like, he don't respect you. He don't respect you.
Yes.
And so he would just be like, bang, off of him.
I know my daddy definitely would have no words. He'd be looking like,
yeah, this who you bringing? Like, no, it's like, I don't care how many butterflies he give you. It's the principle of it all. Okay. But anywho, I think that's everybody. Yes. Anything else?
One more episode, y'all. One more episode. Yes,
but we're going to cover Beyond the Villa. So come join us again.
Yes. And for everyone who has joined us this season, thank you so much. Thank you to all of the commenters who keep us up to date with the interviews and the things that are being said when people left the villa. It, you know, it colors our conversation. So keep it going. Please drop your comments below. Share this video. Share our page. We are officially, 6 months in of being a podcast. So we're super excited. We have a playlist of all the shows that we've covered. And see you on Sunday.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.